Welcome to Scratch 3.0. I'm excited you're watching this video as that means you are about to start your own coding journey. So the first reason why I tend to lean towards Scratch is it's very visual. It's pretty easy to learn. You can do many complex things with it, and it's social. So you'll see here in this search bar, I could type in anything and it can pull up many projects here. And I can click into any of these. We'll click in here. And since these are shared, you have that option to share your projects. I could come in here and I could heart this, which is kind of like a like. I could favorite this. And there's some other options here. It shows you how many views and remixes. Remixes are if you kind of like when you make a copy in Google Docs or so forth. Remix is a similar way that this happens. Today we are going to be on Create. So go ahead and click that tab. And we're going to introduce this new platform. First off, some tutorials are going to pop up. You can surely watch those if you'd like. I'm going to close out of these. But as we jump in here with the Scratch platform, you'll notice here on the right is my main screen. This is where all of our actions will happen based on the code we create. So you'll see right here as we look on this screen right now, we have Scratchy Cat. He's my character. He's kind of the main character of Scratch, the face of Scratch. As you come down here, you can see we could get rid of Scratchy Cat, and we could add many sprites, are what we call these. So we have 4 ways we can add a sprite or a character. We can upload a picture from online. It can surprise you with a sprite. It will pick one randomly. You can paint a sprite. So if I came in here, I could paint something, and it would show up here on the right. We could come in here as well and we can choose a sprite from the pre-made sprites in Scratch. So there's tons and tons of categories here, or you can scroll through them all and choose one. I tend to be a big animal fan, and so I'm going to choose we'll say this little dog. Super. So you'll see here's another character that I have. I can move these around the screen as I please, as well as make these bigger or smaller with the size here. Okay, so we'll see whatever one I'm clicked on. Let's do Dot, our dog. If I make this number bigger, we'll say 400 and hit enter, gets super big. Or 20, enter, super small. Okay, so you can play around with the size that you'd like with your character. I'll put him at 100. And notice you have to be clicked on your sprite as you do these. You can also hide them or show them. And you'll notice these numbers here show the position of our sprites. So we'll see if we look at Dot, his X direction is -167 and his Y is 3. So we can picture this screen as a big coordinate grid centered at 0, 0. Now the other thing we can do in Scratch is add a background, which is over here. We call this a backdrop in Scratch. Same options. We could upload a file from online. The program could surprise us with a background. We could paint one, as we did with that purple line, or we could choose a backdrop in the pre-made backdrops in Scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these. We'll choose blue sky, and you'll see this affects my background. So this is the main kind of choose your own features piece of Scratch. You can get very creative with some of these features. Now, for the code, this part right in the middle here is our space where we drag and drop our code. Okay, so we'll see we've got our categories here to the left, and each are in different colors, which is very helpful in terms of keeping these straight. So the first thing we like to do is, I'll notice here I'm going to drag an events key. And all this means is when I hit this green flag, my code is going to start. So if I drag a few things here, let's go to, I need to click on my sprite, my cat. Okay, and I notice when I click around to different pieces, the code is only on the piece I am clicked on. Okay, so this was a good mistake to make. If I'm clicked on my cat, and I'm going to come here, I'm going to drag out my flag and move 10 steps. You'll notice what happens. This is on my cat sprite. As I hit the green flag, every time I click it, my cat moves forward 10 steps. Now you'll notice on my dog here, now I'm clicked on my dog, I'm going to drag out my green flag and I'm going to move backwards 10 steps. So you'll see here the code happens differently depending on what sprite we have this on. So this is your introduction to the platform of Scratch.